Does it feel like your troubled teen threatens the family reputation? Is your teen becoming more rebellious? Then, here is the full uncensored story of how to avoid the stigma of having a rebellious and troubled teen, to avoid an embarrassing need for counseling or therapy, and still enjoy your relationship with and have pride in your heir. How many times this week have you argued with your teenager? How many times have you felt frustrated with his behavior? How many times have you been ashamed of the things he does or says? 90% of this pain is unnecessary. This pain may have seemed tragic to you at the moment it happened, but here's the real tragedy. Do you know that teens from similar families like yours, teens who have been troubled, are actually able to turn their troubles around and deliberately use them as motivation to reach even higher achievements beyond their parents' expectation? To cope with life's contrast and emotional roller coasters, for example, personal relationships, peer pressure, and loss, these teens were properly taught by either a parent or somebody outside their immediate family to guide them. These teens were able to maintain their emotional well-being in spite of almost every conceivable situation: social and academic pressures, breakups with significant others, bullying, insecurity, death, etc. Having this ability is like having a strong spring in the spine that bends but doesn't break. And almost every one of these teens have been able to prove their worthiness and reach emotional security to exhibit respectful behavior and positive attitude. Here are some of the reasons why. What certain experts have learned about teenagers. If your teen was properly taught, as these teens were taught, he would be aware of his own emotional well-being and guidance. He would be capable of navigating through his thoughts and actually be able to turn his troubles around. In other words, you may actually never have to call a therapist. If your teen was properly taught, he would deliberately use his troubles as motivation to reach even higher achievements. He can actually give you pride and security regarding the family reputation. You can rest assured that no matter where he is doing you proud. He would exhibit behavior that is beyond your expectation. And most importantly, you don't have to teach your teen about emotional well-being yourself, and you don't need therapists. Here's why. 20 minutes a day of emotional resilience. Your teen's life has been tossed around to test his emotional resilience, and before a major breakdown happens, your teen senses different signals. For example, an increased pressure for school performance causes unpleasant feelings, stress. Now, and this is important, if your teen had knowledge about how to make simple mental adjustments and soothe those feelings, then he could correct his symptoms and prevent further breakdowns. If your teen doesn't have this knowledge, if he doesn't make these adjustments, then his ability to resist pressure weakens. His negative emotions will take over his mind, and he'll constantly fall into a chain of actions that pull him into depression or anger. It's as simple as that. Knowledge is power. Knowing how to sustain emotional resilience empowers your teen. With this knowledge, your teen not only survives his troubles, but even thrives during them. And your teen won't have to continually depend on any outside help. Now, suppose your teen had a mentor at his side 24 hours a day for a few months. Suppose every time your teen experienced emotional turmoil, fear or frustration, anger or guilt, his mentor would show him exactly what should be done. First, the mentor would help your teen overcome his emotional insecurity. After some training about using the right impulses from within and using these impulses correctly, your teen could lead himself to the right actions and ultimately to his goals. Your teen would use the mentoring as a fast-track venue to success. Suppose that every time your teen senses symptoms of trouble, he applies special tricks that were taught by his mentor, and the momentum of the trouble would subside, leaving your teen time for more empowering thoughts and emotions, those that ultimately will make you proud. Yes, and suppose that even when your teen is in trouble, because things happen, he will still be capable of turning it around and end up a winner. All because your teen was properly taught, and it only takes 20 minutes a day. This is exactly what feel-good mentoring does for your rebellious teen. If you'd like to learn more about feel-good mentoring to influence your teenager to develop the mindset of a high achiever, sign up below to watch a free training video.